Hello everyone and welcome to Felix's weekly space bulletin. Get the lowdown on all things spacey here with me, Felix, your not-so-roving reporter. We had an action-packed week with loads to talk about, including the iSpace mission landing, many more Falcon 9 launches, a Falcon Heavy launch delay, plus much more. If any of that sounds interesting to you, make sure to keep watching, like and subscribe. First up this week, on April 24th, the FAA grounded the Starship and Super Heavy launch program pending a mishap investigation. In this investigation, they'll likely be looking at why the explosion happened, why there was a delay after the FTS was triggered, and the impact of the rocket debris, and the state of the launch site. Just to confirm, this is not unusual. Many other companies like Blue Origin and Virgin Galactic have been grounded in the past after launch mishaps. Now on to some updates from the Starbase launch site. On Monday, teams at Starbase tested the chopsticks for the first time since the launch. By the looks of it, everything works, which bodes well for another launch attempt in a few months. Soon after the chopsticks testing, Ship 27 was rolled to the rocket garden. If you look closely at Ship 27, you might notice a few differences. This ship has no flaps and no heat shield, a good representation of what a Starship tanker will look like in the future. On Tuesday, Ship 28, which does have flaps and a heat shield, was lifted by the new lifting jig, which is different from the old ones. Instead of lifting from underneath the ship's flaps like the old ones, it lifts from the chopsticks mounting points. In the future, this will remove the need to have crane lifting points on the tops of each ship. On Wednesday, a new staircase was installed on the orbital launch mount leg. This staircase was on the orbital launch mount before launch, but a few days before the launch, it was removed and put into storage. This new staircase will help crews get inside of the orbital launch mount table to fix any damages inflicted by the first orbital launch. There is still quite a bit of debris in and around the launch site, but has greatly reduced since launch. Yesterday, Elon Musk gave an update about the first Starship and Super Heavy integrated test flight. Here's a summary of what he said. 3 engines were deliberately switched off before liftoff, so the flight started with only 30 engines instead of 33. The sliding of Starship away from the tower was not intentional and was caused by the engines that weren't on. At T plus 27 seconds, comms with engine 19 were lost, and the mini explosion that we saw at the base of Booster 7 took out engines 17, 18, 19, and 20. At T plus 62 seconds, more shielding damage was done to engine 30. At T plus 85 seconds, comms with engine 6 were lost. Booster 7 then lost TVC control, which is thrust vector control. The flight termination system was activated just after the tumble began, but Starship did not explode immediately. Booster 7 took around 40 seconds to explode after the FTS was triggered. Elon said that the new FTS system will need recertification. When Starship started tumbling, the structure of Starship exceeded expectations. Stage separation was never commanded as the vehicle did not consider it safe to carry out. Some notes about the launch site. The orbital launch mount and launch tower is in good condition. The pad is expected to be ready for another flight in 6 to 8 weeks. He also noted a flame trench is not possible, and the vertical GSE tanks are damaged and will have to be replaced with horizontal tanks. Another Starship Twitter space will take place in a few weeks. Now enough of Starship, onto some other space updates. On Monday, Vandenberg's SLC-6, which was originally designed for shuttle launches, has been allocated to SpaceX. Falcon 9 and Falcon Heavy launches will take place from SLC-6. On the topic of Falcon Heavy, after a few scrubs, the launch is now scheduled for today, April 30th. On Thursday, Falcon 9 lifted off carrying another batch of 46 Starlink satellites, with another beautiful drone ship landing. The day after that, on Friday, a SpaceX Falcon 9 carried the SES mPOWER 3 and 4 satellites to orbit with yet another amazing booster landing. On Wednesday, iSpace released a statement about their moon landing. In the statement, they said that there is a high probability that the lander crashed into the moon and that the mission milestone to complete the landing sequence is no longer achievable. Teams are still continuing to analyze data. That's all we have time for today. Make sure to like and subscribe so you don't miss out on any of my new videos. And a special thank you to my patrons, Michael, Alexander, Ed, Jen, and Roger. Thanks for watching. See you next week.